Hello everyone, welcome to this new video for this pancake series where we will be doing the fruit. In this video we will be just doing the base for the layout. That means we won't be putting it on top of the pancakes, we'll just make the fruit itself and eventually we will duplicate it. And as before, always check left upper corner for object and edit mode and then right lower corner for these shortcuts so that when you follow along you can make sure that we are doing the same thing. In the middle, this red Y circle always has to be in the world center, 3D cursor. In the first video I have a chapter about it, you can watch it, you can check it, or Shift S, cursor to world origin. So if you move it accidentally, Shift S and here. And last thing, when I'm editing, in the left upper corner, 3 icons which are for vertex, edge and face mode. I will try to always remind you, but watch out for it. Now let's do the fruit. Okay, last time we ended up here. Before we start, let's look at this collection. Right now all of our models are in this collection. So these collections, it's like a group. It's a way to manage the scene. And to manage the scene, I want to make the fruit in a different collection. Let's go in the scene collection, right click the scene collection, click new collection, double click it and rename it to fruit. Everything that's here is in its own collection. I can just hide it. So anything that's in this collection will be hidden. If I drag it outside to this fruit, I'll rename this, it will pop up again. And if I put it back, it's hidden. So the collection is hidden, not the object. That can come in handy. You'll see maybe later if you use it or not. We have 3 models to make, and that is a berry, a banana, and a strawberry. I'll start with the easiest one, which is the berry. So while this collection is selected, it has to be selected. I will Shift A, go to Mesh, and add UV sphere. Now you can see that the sphere got added in the proper collection. It's always the collection that is last selected, there will be the object appearing. If you messed up, just go to Outliner, drag it to fruit. But before you do anything, we created a sphere and I want to adjust the sphere. We have the segments and the rings. I want to go to segments to 24 and the rings I want to go to 12. The reason I do this is because we are going to subdivide this again. And when I'm subdividing anything, I want the shape to be as lowest as possible in a detail, but I also want it to be not so low that if, for instance, it's a cube and I subdivide, it's gonna break all of the edges. So that's the thing. I want to have something that maintains the shape and I can work with it, but also I can subdivide and keep the shape. That's the reason I do 24 and 12. That's just something I tried before, so you can follow along. Now let's edit the sphere. Let's go to edit mode, 2 for an edge, and edge loop this loop, Ctrl X to delete, or X to dissolve edge. Now let's look at the front view. I just want to orient myself again. And let's go to edit mode. And let's go to vertex. Now Alt Z for X-ray. And drag over these and put it down like this. Somewhere in the middle of these faces. Now let's select this one. If you are not sure what you selected, because there's, as you can see, we have these other vertices that are outside, that are in the way, so I might want to make sure and jump out of this. But I know I'll select the middle, so that's okay. I will go back to front, Alt Z, take it and take it down. Something like this. Now I'll jump out of this, Alt Z, select these outer ones, go to edge mode, select these outer ones, scale it very slightly. Ctrl R, I will add a loop here, moving it a bit down with the G and Z, and I will just leave this. Let's go to object mode and let's check how it looks like. So in a blue range, in the properties and a blue range, add modifier, generate, subdivision surface. I will right click for shade smooth, and this seems fine actually, this looks good. This is all I want, this is the simplicity. So if you were unsure what was happening, I was trying to make this kind of concavity. And you can push, if I go to edit mode, you can push these things. Just move this down as much as I want and just see how deep I want it, but I'm okay with this. I like it a bit shallow, so that's okay. If you want it deeper, I just noticed if you push this more down, you may notice this kind of shading issue, especially if you add more of this, it might become slightly stronger. Don't worry too much about it. If you are going to zoom out, this is basically the size the berries will be eventually, so you won't be seeing any of these issues. So I will Ctrl Z, and this is it. I have a berry. Let's rename this to berry. And let's hide it. Let's just select this icon and hide it. Alright, let's do the banana. I will still being in this collection, Shift A, Mesh, Cylinder, and I want to adjust the vertices again, and I want to use 16. I will go to edit mode while everything is selected. If not, press A for selecting everything. The mode doesn't matter, scale, Z, and put it somewhere like this. And on this banana, I want to show you a new function. I hope I didn't show you yet. So let's go to face mode with the 3 or left corner is the last one, the third. Select this upper face and the lower face with a shift or multiple selections and press I. And what the I does is inset. So it's taking everything and basically scaling it a bit down. It's adding a loop like this. This is a very handy function, and sorry I just put it something like this, just like let's make an offset. This will happen on the lower side as well, and let's just leave this and just listen. Stay at this point and just watch. This function is handy because if I select this loop of faces and I can first of all, I can make these support loops for our subdivision to make the corners sharper without using the loop cut or a bevel, or I can press I again and it will do individual insets. So that can create this. This is amazing for making holes, for instance, or extrusion. If I extrude, I can take all of these out, or Ctrl Z. I will delete the faces, and I have a bunch of holes. See? So this can be a useful thing to use, just so that you know in the future. Okay, we ended up here. Let's continue. Now I will select this upper face, lower face, X faces, delete the faces. And let's close them. And you already know how to close them because we have the grid fill and we used it so many times. But if you don't know, F3, grid fill, and I can right click, add to quick favorites, and the quick favorites menu is accessed through Q, grid fill. Anything you use all the time, put it to quick favorites. It's very handy and you don't have to remember the shortcut. So I will select this edge I go to edge mode with the 2, select this edge, Q, grid fill. I'll go down to the same thing, Q or F3, grid fill. And now you can do them two at the same time. This function wouldn't work if you wanted to do all at the same time. So just make sure you do it individually. Now let's take it all and scale it a bit. I want to make it a bit thicker. Now let's use our function again because I want to subdivide this. If I go to object mode, blue branch, add modifier, generate, subdivision surface, it's a bit too smooth, so I want to add these support loops as I told you. And that's if I go to edit mode, I can leave this on probably. This show me the geometry nicely. If I'll add a loop cut in the middle. If you like it like this, just leave one loop, but I want to make it a bit sharper. So I go back and I can add this loop twice, or I can either add this loop and scroll for 2 cuts. Now I will right click and that's it, looks good. Or we can use our new function. Let's go to face mode. I'll select this edge so it selects all the faces. Press I. Now I have individuals, so I will switch back to what I had with I again. And I can do this. And I have my support loops. So I'll leave that up to you. Just add the 2 loops in there or 1, whatever, which shape you like the most. I will scale this while it's still selected in the Z-axis. Go to object mode, right click, shade smooth. And I have my base for my banana. I might want to add second level of subdivision so it's smoother. Okay, that's good. Might want to make it thicker, so again, edit, scale a bit. Good, I'll leave this. Now, the banana, it has a bit more to it. So in the middle, there is this white circle, which I have no idea how it's called. And then around it, there's like those small seeds. So let's do the next easiest things, and that is the middle. I will take this, Shift D, Z, move it above. And I will reuse this geometry. I will look from 1, go to edit mode, Alt Z for X-ray. Now I can select, for instance, I can leave the faces on, the 3, and I will drag over this lower part, and I will X and faces. If you use just one loop, it's okay. The only reason I did this is because it's going to be, now I'm going to move it inside the banana. I will take this all, and I will move it to this origin, to this orange dot, somewhere like this, in edit mode, maybe like this. This is just for me, this is not important step, it's just for me to keep this origin somewhere on the geometry. Let's scale it all with an S. Let's move away from this view, let's turn off X-ray and scale this, maybe let's look from 7, like the upper. Yes, that's better. Scale this like this, maybe like this, that's good. Now go to tab and move this with a G, Z, a bit down like this. That's fine. I will go to edit mode and scale this on in a z-axis. So it's, if I look from X-ray again, so it's slightly more inside, so that I can do this. I will go to edge mode, select this loop, G, Z, somewhere like this. So there is a transition inside and it's not so sharp, like this. Object mode, and this is fine, I like this. Now let's do the seeds. To make the seed, we will use something that I showed you at the beginning of the series, and it was the triangle fan on a circle. Let's make a bit of sense of what we are doing right now. So let's rename this into banana, and let's rename the middle in a banana white. So we know what we are having. And don't worry, we will eventually merge it, but for now I just want to know what's happening in the scene. Let's left click away, Shift A, mesh, and add circle. And in this circle, in the fill type, I will go to fill type and go with triangle fan. Everything else leave, G, Z, something above. And let's look at from upper view, go to edit mode, and I want to reuse something from here, and that is these two triangles. I will go to 3, select these faces. Again, when I'm saying I'm using 3 or some kind of number, always check these shortcuts, because for the views, shortcuts are on a numpad, but for the modes are above the letters on the left side of the keyboard. So I will select these two, Ctrl I, press X, and faces. I will take this, I will go to object mode. Right now I will scale this in an object mode because it goes to the pivot, it goes to the center, which I want. So I will scale this to the center. If I was to do it in edit mode, it would scale it like this. In an object mode, since the pivot is here in the middle, it will scale like this. And that's what I want. So I want to scale like this and Ctrl A to apply the scale so that we don't encounter any issues. If I press N, go to item, I can check the scale is 1. That's good. So press N again, go away. Let's go to edit mode now. Select all of this, E for extrude, and let's edit the thickness, like this. Let's go down, let's go really deep. And let's go somewhere deep, like this. Go to object mode, add modifier, again, blue branch, add modifier, generate, subdivision surface. Or you can use the shortcuts, Ctrl 1, 2, 3, which I'm gonna go Ctrl 2, right click for shade smooth, and maybe I'm gonna have 3 levels. Level viewports, 3. Now, we still want to have the pivot in the middle, so make sure you do these changes in edit mode and go to tab, edit mode, and put it somewhere like this. That's good. Now, still in an edit mode, I wanna go to edge, select this middle edge, Ctrl X to delete it. Now I want to do this on the lower side as well. You have to look inside, or you have to, if it's too thin, the banana, Alt Z looks transparent. I just don't want these middle ones to be there. Ctrl X again. Alt Z to turn off X-ray, and the reason for that is we are using the subdivision, and this has become, we have 4 points, meaning this is a quad, and subdivision works best with the quads. You can even see the result, this difference here. And we have a seed, that's fine. This is good. Now I'll leave the seed the way it is. I'm okay with this. You can adjust it how you want. You can scale it down. You can move this in a y-axis, move it away, because we will be now copying it all around. So make sure you are okay with this shape. And before we do that, we have to do one thing. We have to add a material. So in the properties, if we look down, there is a red ball here, down here. And if I drag over it, it says material. So I will select it, have the seed selected as well, and press new. While I press the new, there's a bunch of options. Don't care about them right now. Just let's rename the material. Double click it, call it banana seed. Now we will start copying. So let's look from 7 on a numpad. I will just scale this down, don't worry. Okay, let's do the copying. Make sure this origin is in the middle, especially in the middle of the scene. To make sure that we all do the same thing, Shift S, cursor toward origin, and then while see the selected, right click, set origin to 3D cursor. I'm sure I have it all in the middle. Let's go to 7, and now I will do the duplicating all around. And the way I'm going to do is Shift D. Now I have a free movement. So while this is free movement, I will press R. That means I want to do rotation. So I did the duplication, rotation, and I want to lock it in a Z-axis. So this is 3 steps, all done in one. If you look left upper corner, there is rotation and numbers. I will write 45. So 4 steps. Enter, and all of these 4 steps were done in as if I have done only 1 step. So now if I repeat it with a Shift R, it will all the time do the same thing all over again. That's why I did it all in 1 step. This repeat function is very handy for kind of things. Also, one thing I should have done, and it is I should have renamed the circle to be a seed, because now I have a bunch of circles, and it's easier if you copy things, always rename the first one so that you know what you copied and you can make sense of it. Also the repeat, if you were to just, let's say, rotate 45 and you shift R, it will keep rotating like this. That's just what the repeat can be used for. Okay, that was very quick just so you understand the function. Now we have a banana, but I want to merge all of it, so it's easier for me to work with it, and so that I don't have so much things in the outliner. So I will select the circle, this is my main one, and I will shift select the last one. Now you can notice different colors. That means, for instance, if you want to copy some attributes or something from one object to the other, the dark orange means it's the secondary, and the light orange means it's the main one you are going to usually copy from. But while it's selected, I will Ctrl J, and now they are all one object. Now I will want to make just one adjustment, and it is that for this banana, if I go to blue range and modifiers, I use subdivision of 2. If I go this middle one, subdivision of 2. But if I look at the seeds, I use 3. So I can use 3 on everything, but that would mean I would use unnecessary geometry here. I don't need more detail on this. So we need to kinda stabilize this, because I don't want to add here in the middle more than is needed, especially not on the outside. So what I'm going to do, I will go to these seeds, level viewports to 1, and I will apply it. I will hover over the subdivision and press Ctrl A, or I will go here to this arrow and apply. Now I have one subdivision applied. Now let's leave it. Just leave it like this. Select the middle one. Let's go to materials again. Select new and rename it to banana white. Now let's go to the banana itself, add new as well, and rename to banana. Now you will understand why we are doing this. Select the seeds, shift select the middle, shift select the last, the banana. Now since the banana is the last thing and it's a light orange, all of these objects will take all the properties from this banana. Meaning if I go to modifier, it will take also the subdivision with a level of 2. I will Ctrl J. As you can see, the banana itself remained, the subdivisions remained, and so did the seeds become more smooth. And now if I want to access these seeds individually, I go to edit mode, press away, select the materials, and I have 3 materials here. As you can notice, I have also option to select or deselect. Drag away to deselect everything, select banana seeds, press select. You can see all of them got selected. Or I want to I might deselect them. I can select the white, select and select it as well. So I have access to all of these individual geometries because I assigned them the material before. If I was to do it here, it would be a bit more complicated. But as you can see, there is assign, and yeah, I can also do it in here. It's usually easier to do it outside. So let's go to object mode. We have a banana, we have a berry. Now we have to do the last thing, and it is the hardest thing to do. But don't worry, I'll guide you through it, and that is the strawberry. So let's hide our banana and let's get to it. While collection is selected, Shift A, mesh, cube, and let's just work with this cube. Go to edit mode, Ctrl R, add a loop in the middle, and we'll go to face mode with the 3, select the lower one, and scale it down like this. Now let's take the upper one and scale it a bit less, maybe like this. Go to edge mode, select the middle, GZ, it's basically a diamond shape. Now again, our new brand function, 3 face mode, upper face I for inset, G, Z, put it down like this. Now I go to object mode, go to the blue range modifiers, and you already know how to edit, or Ctrl 1, 2, maybe 3, let's go with the 3. Right click for a shade smooth, and now I want to do the adjustments. So the good thing about this is that now it's smoothed it so much and broke the shape that I can see the geometry outside, so I don't have to use the X-ray. Edge mode, let's take this one, scale it like this. Yes, that's more how I like it. Object mode, call this strawberry. I can also right away add the material if I want to. New material, strawberry. Also, there is a good thing to do, and that is if you add lower, this lower symbol, I don't know how it's called, and write material, like a math. It's a good habit to make it, especially in different softwares, but not necessary really. So let's do the seeds. Now I clicked away, I don't have the collection selected, but it should make the object in a last used collection. So Shift A, mesh, cube, see, all good. edit mode, scale it. Now it's inside, but I will G, X, put it out. Let's look from front. Good. I want it to be in the side, so I just checked if I'm in the side and add a loop in the middle. Control R. Face mode, select the upper one, lower face, scale it a bit down like this. Now scale it in a y-axis to make it narrow and like this. Now take all of it, S, Z, and do something like that. Nice. Take it all, scale it down, G, X, towards the strawberry. Again, I don't want to move with the origin. So I do this, all of this in an edit mode. I will go GZ, somewhere up. I got inside again, so I will take it down. And maybe here. Now you choose where you want your seeds to be. I will make 3 rows. I will make one here, somewhere here, and then one somewhere here. So go to Object, Control 1 on the letter side for the subdivision. Right click, Shade Smooth, maybe Control 2. Again, if I go to Blue Branch, you can see I just added the subdivision or add some modifier or generate subdivision surface. Same thing, level viewport 2. I'll leave it like this. I want it to be inside because we have an issue that I'm not going to solve. And that's it, that we have made it from the cube. That means that it's not exactly circular. There is on the edges, there is, you will notice when we copy this, it will pop up a bit, which means the surface is irregular and therefore I can use the extra geo and you'll see it. So let's go to object mode. I have the seed, I have it prepared. I have the origin in the middle, or Shift S, cursor toward origin. Then while it's selected, right click, set origin, origin to 3D cursor. Now I will do the duplication the same way as on the banana. So Shift D, R for rotation, Z to locate in the axis, 45 to do the 45 degrees. I will press enter and Shift R, 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 and just all the time. Now, if you accidentally went and did this, make sure you Control Z and get away from this, because in finalizing colors, it would make issues. Now you can see that what happens, see this one is more inside, this one is slightly more outside. You can fix this manually in an edit mode if you want to, but I didn't do that and it looked just fine, so that is up to you. I did my mistake again and I didn't rename it, so I have a bunch of cubes, but that's fine. I have the strawberry named, so I know everything else is the seed, so that's okay. Now I'll do the same thing, just put it a bit down. And I will put it down, I will Shift D and right click. While it's still selected, the duplicate is still selected, I go to edit mode, G, Z and put it down. Put it down like this, G, Z, maybe here, and put it towards the strawberry. I will rotate it in a needed axis, like this. Maybe make it a bit smaller, just slightly. I will go to object mode. I actually might want to take it down a bit because of this thing, so it doesn't go too much inside. So let's just move it up like this. Object mode. And now I want to get this in the middle. So you can eyeball this. You don't have to go the exact number, but you could write 22.5. Let's go eyeball this. Now Shift D, R, Z, and the same thing. 45 degrees. And like this. And if I go over it, Control Z, and that's fine. So the last one, same thing as we did this one, go to Shift D, duplicate, right click, tab, edit mode, GZ, let's go down, put it towards the strawberry, like this, and let's make it smaller again a bit, like that. Okay, tab, object mode, origin is still in the middle, Shift D, R, Z, 45, confirm, Shift R, multiple times, and that's it. I also noticed maybe it's a bit irregular, but let's not fix it now. We can do a bit of trick. Now we have a bunch of seeds. Let's go to our outliner. You can drag it here, the black line, to push it a bit down and to make more space for the outliner. So I select the original cube and Shift select to the last one, Control J, and rename it as seeds. Now I go to edit, I look from the front with the number 1, go to edit mode, Alt Z for X-ray so that I can see even those behind, drag over these, GZ a bit down, because I want to have the same spacing. Now move away from that, Alt Z, and just scale this, and that's fine. Alright, we have the seeds. Now we have to make the stem and the leaves. So Shift A, cylinder. And with the vertices of 16, remember I want to work with 16. You could also use 12, but I prefer the 16 if I can. Okay, let's go to edit mode, scale it down. We can go to object mode and put it up. Now we can move it to origin, it's fine. Edit mode, scale it, put it somewhere inside, scale it down again. Let's look from the lower part. Select faces with a 3, select this lower face, X, faces, delete it. I don't need to see it, it's fine. Now let's go up. And now this, you do this freely. This is okay, now you can play with this. I will rotate, E, and just do something like this. Let's do our trick with the inset. I will press I on this face, then delete the face, go to 2, edge loop this, view, grid fill or F3, grid fill. And I will close it. It's fine. I'll go to object mode, control 1, or add modifier, generate subdivision surface. And maybe repeating it too much, aren't I? But hey, I hope if it helps you to follow this, I'll repeat it all the time. Right click, shade smooth. Let's rename it stem. And now let's make the leaves. Shift A, mesh, cube. As before, last collection was the fruit, so we added in a fruit collection. I go to edit mode, G, Z, scale down, press the dot, focus on it, you don't have to. I will scale this down, go to x-axis like this, go away from this, but still in a kind of central and just on the x-axis. I will put it in here and scale this in an axis to something like this. Then S and Y, you can see the green and the red, you know always where you are scaling to. Now I will take this in a phase mode, I will, with the 3, I will press this phase, GX, somewhere like this, fine. I might want to take this all a bit up and scale this in a Z to make it a bit thinner, like this. Now let's add 2 loops. So Control R, scroll a wheel, I have 2, left click, and I will drag this somewhere like this. Okay, good. I will select this loop with an edge mode, scale this in an y-axis a bit, then take this loop and do the same thing, probably scale this a bit up, go into phase mode, select this phase, drag it maybe back a bit, scale it a bit down like this, and let's see, maybe not, maybe like this. Let's see what it will do. So I go to object, control 1, or add modifier, subdivision surface, right click, shade smooth, let's go with 2 maybe for now. And let's do a bit more leafy shape. So select this loop in an edge mode, alt click, GX, and the same thing with this, GX. Scale this maybe like, let's leave it like, let's go like this. Yes, this is the shape I'm looking for. And now I want to make the ridge. I want to make the ridge in the middle. So Control R, left click and right click, so it's in the middle. I will go to edge mode, click away, take this with a shift and go a bit down like this. And now what I'll do, it's hard to see what's happening now, so I will Alt Z to X-ray. I will alt click this edge and I will bevel, but destructively this time. So we can add the bevels on anything. We can even add it on vertices. While it's still selected, I will Control B and it's really hard to see right now. So let's go back, turn on the subdivision so you see edit mode, Control B and do something like this. And the reason for this is because the ridge has a support that can lean on. So I will do something like this. In the left corner, you will have this bunch of properties. So I can add more loops or I can move the width of it. But once I click away, this option is gone. It's applied. So I will leave it on 2 segments and the thickness, something like this. I will click away and I will take just this edge, GZ, and put it down like this, something like this. Go to tab, object mode, turn the subdivision back on. And I have a bit of an issue here, and that is that I have too many loops here in the front, so it's making a straight line. So with an edge mode on a 2, I will select these 2 and slide it like this, and just do something like that. I'm fine with this. Now let's alt select these loops, put it up, and alt select this loop and put it up like this. Now you can adjust it any way you feel like it's good. I will look from 1, Alt Z, and I want to drag over this. So I can select all of these 2, and I will move something like this. I'm trying to make this kind of silhouette. So I will do this, and I will take it all and scale it in a Z axis to make it a bit more thick, which didn't work for me too well, so I will take this up. I took it in a vertex mode, but doesn't matter, you can edge mode, vertex mode, or phase mode. If you take phase, you have to make sure you just select this. Take all of it, put it a bit down, Alt Z. So basically just move these points in a way that you would like it to look like a leaf. You try it out and see. I might want to take these points a bit up, and this one that is too low, I might want to just make it straight. Yes. Okay, I don't want to waste too much time so that you don't have to watch too much, but basically adjust it to the way you feel like it's more of that is aesthetic to you. It's all just about moving the points and seeing what it does. You can always start over if you get too lost or something got messed up. You can Control Z or just start over. Now let's do these. Let's copy the leaves. So I will rename these leaves. Let's call it leaves, and I will do the same thing as we did with the seeds. So first of all, I will go to materials, add new, call it a leaf. Now Shift D while the leaf is still selected and the origin is in the middle of this. Shift D R Z, but this time I'm gonna go 90. I will 90 like this and Shift R, and now I will select these while this last is still selected. Shift select these, Shift D Z R, and do just something like this. And this way we created the leaves everywhere. Now I wanna, in the outliner, I will select them all, selecting the original one, taking the last one. Now I can move it freely down, GZ in an object mode, and adjust and rotate these individual leaves the way you want to move them. So for instance, you can go to edit mode, select and rotate it randomly. You can just go and go through each and move the points for each any way you want it to. Make it organic, make it a bit imperfect. So if you're done with it, let's connect all of them. So let's select the original leaf, Shift select down and Control J, connect it. I select all of them and scale them a bit like this. Now you can adjust again each one of them individually. So if I go to edit mode, for instance, I want to adjust this one and take it a bit down, rotate it. And I'm a bit more free, I'm a bit more casual about this because it's pretty much just a leaf. I have a good base and I can do anything I want with it right now. So I might take these corners and just in an X-ray, I'm dragging over them so that I select what's behind and I push it down or towards the strawberry. So don't worry, play with it. Again, make a copy of a file. You can go to File, Save As, and select another file and just go back if something messed up. And just play. Try to play and explore. That's good. We are almost done. We have all the things we need, but we need to do the connections still. So let's select our strawberry. We have a material, that's good. Let's select the seeds. Seeds don't have a material. So let's go to Properties, Red Ball, New Material, double click, Strawberry, and the stem will share the same material as the leaves. That means that if I go to Properties and a material, you can select this pop-up and you have all of the materials that you have created. And I will select the leaf on the stem. I probably should name this strawberry leaves. Now let's connect it all. Let's select the stem, the leaves, and the seeds, and the last one, the strawberry. Control J, and we have all the materials. I can go to edit mode, select elsewhere, and check it with the leaves. Select, it's the right material, seeds, select, right material. Let's go to object mode. Last win for troubleshooting. If you were to want to select something inside this and it's difficult for you to select it, you can go to edit mode. In vertex mode, I can select this one vertex and I can Control L. I already assigned different shortcut, but it's select linked. It will select everything that it's connected to. If it doesn't work, select one, go to F3, select linked, and select just the linked here in the middle, and it will select all of it. So now you can freely move it, and if you Control I, hide it, you can work with it. Or if you P, that is for separate selection, I can have different object again. So I will just go back out of this. This was just to show you that in case you connected something, you want to get out of it. This is a quick way to get out of this and just a way to troubleshoot if you need to. This was an unnecessary step. I should have said that in the beginning. So just that you know. All right. Okay, good. We are done. Guys, we have created all of our needed fruit. The scale is a bit off right now, but don't worry, we'll fix that in the next videos. And amazing. I hope it was easy to follow and that you don't have too much troubles. Please let me know again in the comments if I missed something or you didn't understand something, some issues occurred. I will try to answer as soon as I can. In the next video, we'll get to do the coffee. Also, If you want to, you can get my original scene and get some stuff from there. I will show you, I might show you in the next video. I will show you probably in the next video. If you want to take my coffee and you don't want to model it, because I know that might not be as interesting, then you can. And I'll show you how to. Okay, that's it. Thank you for watching. Again, don't be shy to comment, and I'll see you in the next video.